Let's play a little snowman bingo. For this, you're going to need a snowman bingo sheet, a drawing of a snowman that I have placed inside of a plastic sleeve so I can play this game again and again. If you use the plastic sleeve, you'll need a dry erase marker and some dice. To get started, I, of course, always write my name on my paper. Even though this is a dry erase marker, it's just a good habit to get into. I'm going to start by rolling my dice, which loves to run away from home, and it looks like I've rolled a 5. A 5 is draw a carrot nose for your snowman. You're the artist, and the great thing about drawing it on a dry erase sheet is you can practice drawing a little nose, a medium-sized nose, or maybe even an extra large snowman nose. I'm going to draw a big, long carrot nose to see what that looks like and maybe add some lines for texture on the carrot. Once I'm happy with that, I can roll my dice again. Let's see what I get this time. A 1, draw a hat on your snowman. Now, on the bingo sheet, it shows you an idea of what you can draw, but if you have a different idea of how you want to draw your hat or your carrot nose, you should go for it. It's great to practice until you're happy with your drawing. For this, I used a long, skinny rectangle for the bill of the hat, then had 2 vertical lines that went up and closed like a square, dividing it in the middle, and then adding a little color to the top. I wanted mine to look like the one in the drawing, so that's what I decided to draw. Let's roll this dice again. Oh gosh, it runs away from me. Let's see, a 2. So I need to draw 2 arms on my snowman, and I want them to look like sticks. So I'm kind of using not really a perfectly straight line, but kind of a curved or wonky line like the branches of a tree. I've got one arm finished, and now I'll add the other one. But you are the artist. You can draw it any way you like, and if you're not happy with it, you can just erase and try again. If you're not using a dry erase sheet, you might want to draw with a pencil first so you can erase. Let's see what a 4 is. Draw 2 eyes on your snowman. I want to practice drawing different kinds of eyes, so maybe I'll have some eyes that are smiling like that by drawing 2 curved lines. Maybe those will be my eyebrows and I'll put pupils underneath. Maybe I'll draw 2 circles like what's on the sheet and then draw the pupils or the parts of the eye that the snowman would look with, and maybe some eyelashes. Practice drawing a couple of different kinds of eyes until you get the ones that you like. And now let's see what we roll next. That one rolled right over the face of my snowman. 6 is draw a mouth on your snowman. Ooh, lots of options there. Maybe I could draw it just like the picture with little circles to show little pebbles for the mouth, or a curved line. Or maybe the mouth is open so I could add another curved line underneath. Let's see, maybe I could even give him some little tiny kind of SpongeBob looking teeth on the inside. Oh, maybe he's so surprised or not very happy. I think I'll stick with the one that looks like this. There we go. Now I'm ready to move on. I'm going to go ahead and draw buttons. That was the only thing that I was missing, and I think it might take me a while to try to roll that 6. So I just went ahead and started drawing it. Now that my snowman is complete, I think I'll add some details to the background. So maybe I'll add a curved line for a snowy hill. Maybe some more buttons would finish off my snowman. Oh, what if I erase that top button and add something like a scarf? I know it's not on my sheet, but now that I'm finished with that sheet, I can really explore drawing whatever it is that I like. If you are drawing with me right now, and if I am going too fast, you can always hit the pause button to slow me down or even rewind to go back to see what I was talking about. I think I'll add the bottom of the scarf here. And then I'm thinking about what else I could add in the background. What could be around my snowman? Oh, I know, snow. I mean, after all, it is a snowman. Now, when you're finished with your drawing, you can take your eraser and you can play the game all over again. Or you could take your drawing out of the sleeve and go ahead and complete your drawing permanently with a permanent marker. So I'm going to take my sheet out of my sleeve, which won't have a snowman on it, but the snowman stays behind on my plastic sleeve. So I can use that to help me remember what I want to draw if I want it to look just like that. I might change it up a little bit, but now I'm using a permanent marker. I'm no longer using a dry erase marker. And you're going to find out why we're using a permanent marker shortly, but let's draw first. And as you're drawing, it doesn't have to look exactly like your original drawing. If there's anything you want to change, go ahead and change it. But if you do want it to look exactly like your original drawing, you could lay that paper on top of the plastic sheet and trace your drawing. If you do that and you can't see the drawing very well, go to a window. The light from the window will shine through the plastic sleeve and you'll be able to see it on your paper well enough to trace. If you do that, you might want to tape your paper and the plastic sleeve to a window so they're not moving all around when you're trying to trace. Now that I'm working on my drawing, if I did want to make things a little different and I wasn't really sure about using a permanent marker, you could always draw with a pencil first and then trace over your marker or permanent marker lines. Trace over your pencil lines with your permanent marker. I think you knew what I meant. That way, if you draw something and you're not really sure how you want to draw it, at least with the pencil, you can always change and fix things. With a permanent marker, it's called permanent for a reason. That means it's not going anywhere. So you want to make sure you're pretty happy with your drawing. However, if you draw something you don't like, it's okay. Just keep going until your whole drawing is complete. Usually, by the time you're finished with your beautiful drawing, you won't even remember that teeny tiny little thing that you weren't happy with. I'm going to add some snow, just like I did in my practice drawing, and then maybe, I think, some spirals to make it look like it's a windy day. Now let's talk, while I'm finishing up, about some other supplies you're going to need if you want to keep working with me. You'll need to grab some crayons. We'll add a little bit of color to our snowman and maybe some washable markers. That's all you're going to need. But if you want, you could just color this drawing as it is. I do have a little fun project for you to do with this, so why don't you check it out and you can decide. But first, I'm going to go ahead and erase my snowman from my plastic sleeve because we're going to need that plastic sleeve in a moment, and I'm going to add a little color. It looks like I'm not adding color because I'm using white on white, which means it's camouflaged, but I think it'll help me with what I'm about to do next. I'm going to go ahead and color in little details on my snowman, like my scarf, maybe my carrot nose or the hat. You can decide how much you want to color. I decided not to add any color to the background, just to the small details that you see here. As I'm coloring, I'm making sure to press pretty firmly with my crayon. I'm giving it some pressure, and that pressure will help add a little bit more wax to my drawing. I think I will add some crayon spirals. Now that this is complete, let's move back to that plastic sheet. So I'm using two light colors of markers. These are regular old coloring markers. They are not permanent. And I'm just kind of scrabbling. It's really fun to do all over that paper. I'm using a light pink, and then I'm going to use a light blue. I don't have to fill in the whole thing, but if you want to, you totally can. For this one, I think I'll practice my spirals. It's always a good idea to practice your lines and to know the names of the lines as you do it. And the surface is really slippery, so it's kind of like your marker is ice skating around. I've got a little misting bottle of water, and I'm going to spray my plastic sheet just a little bit with water, not too much, before lowering my drawing down. And check out the back. You can already see that it's starting to do something called printing. Check it out. I love how it looks. Now that it's dry, I'm ready to frame. You don't have to frame it. You could hang it up just as it is, but I'm cutting slowly and carefully around the outside edge, not the inside. I'm using that black line as my guide. I'm going slowly and carefully around the outside edge before I choose a color to frame. Let's see which color of construction paper looks good with my snowman. Ooh, I love this purple. Oh, but the magenta is my favorite. Now when I use my glue, I'm just using a dot, not a lot, and I'm going around the edges. Now my paper's a little bit wrinkly from the water, so when I turn the construction paper over, I'm going to massage paper likey. I'm going to rub the back of it for about count to 30. That will give the glue enough grab time to stick. And there we have it. Now, when you're finished, of course, you can print out another sheet and make more, or you can keep playing bingo. You can do whatever you like. I know whatever you create, it will be amazing, and I cannot wait to see what you come up with. Bye, guys.